Good evening. I want to talk about this book. The name of this book is Spirit Tech, The Brave New World of Consciousness, Hacking, and Enlightenment Engineering by Wesley J. Wyman, PhD, and Kate J. Stockley, PhD. Okay. This is the book. And the reason why I want to talk about this book because the book is talking about hacking and who they're hacking. What they're hacking is humans. They're hacking our brain, which I've been trying to warn people about for a few years now, and nobody seems to want to pay me any attention. Um, People that has been that trying to warn their families um, about gang stalking, because in gang stalking, this is what they are doing, hacking us. They have hacked our brain. They have hacked our bodies. They're using technology against us so that they can control us. And then other books, I have a lot of books. Let me pause this for a second. Okay. Some of the books that I have that talks about what we're going through. Project Soul Catcher. This book is by Robert Duncan. This is volume 2. So there's really a lot of information out here crossing currents, um, the perils of electro pollution, the promises of electro medicine by Robert O. Becker, MD. This is that book. And Behold a Pale Horse. This book is by William Cooper. Now these books talks about what we're going through. And there's a lot of information online. And I may say some things that people may not like. And it may be family. But it's so easy for people to say, I love you. But love is an action word. Love is an action word. And when you love someone, there's action behind it. That means that you show love. And I'm not the only one that's going through this. My sister Velma is going through this. And she been going through it for a long time too. Um, we both was thinking we had medical problems. I know I did. And this was going on back in the 80s. This is how long these people had been trying to destroy my life. I was going to the doctors back in the 80s. in our hometown, little town of Roland. So they somewhere in Roland with one red light was attacking me with this technology. And back then it was my heart. And my heart would just beat so hard to my whole body would jerk. I was just jerking. You could see my body jerking. And I started hearing things. So that was the V2K. The V2K is what they call the voice of God. Because that's when I started hearing the voices back in the 80s at home. But what it is, someone is monitoring you and they have this thing on their head that connects to you. And I did have surgery back in the 80s. In Dillon, South Carolina. Plus, I had my tooth tied back in the 80s too after I had my last child. I don't know when they started implanting me. I just know when I started hearing the voices and started having the pounding in my heart. But my heart would wake me up out my sleep at night. And my heart would beat so hard to, like I said, you could see my whole body jerking. So I went to the doctors. I was going to the doctors in Dillon, South Carolina. But the doctor I was going to see, I didn't know he didn't like black people. And one doctor told me I had a heart murmur. But he wasn't really my doctor. The last doctor that I had was that Dr. Brown, who they ran out of Dillon, South Carolina. Him and Dr. Murray. Both of them were my doctors. Dr. Murray told me, he told me some lies that weren't even real. He told me that I had a hernia in my rectum. I pretty much what he said. I had a hernia in my rectum. But I ain't never had no surgery or nothing to take no hernia out. I started having a lot of crazy dreams. I mean, some real crazy dreams. And I don't know if someone would mess with our electrical box. But we had the old timey box that you had to put the fuses in. They just kept burning out. I don't know if that's the time when they started implanting me or what. But I do know back in the 2000s, I had went to, I think it was Chapel Hill. It was supposed to put a stent in my heart. And then in Lumberton, I was having a problem with my stomach. Cause my stomach was just shaking. I was having a hard time sleeping. Cause my stomach was shaking so bad. And I was just having a lot of pain in my stomach. So the doctor told me that I had Crohn's disease and a nervous stomach. So come to find out, I'm being hit with direct energy weapons that was causing my stomach to shake like that. And this was causing the pain. And then instead of them putting a stent in my heart, because they said I had 3 clogged arteries, but they only put one stent in one artery. But what they did, they put an implant in me because I started feeling the thing doing something inside my body. And I brought some magnets. when it was start, it got where it was malfunctioning, where I could feel it wanting to start. It was start and start and stop. But I'll put the magnet on top of it. It'll stop it from doing whatever it was doing. But then I was on I was met this guy. I met him a year before we actually started dating. Before we were just friends, sit around and watch TV and stuff like that. And then he told me he wanted to take me shopping. And he was setting me up. That's what they were doing. They call honey pots. And I trusted him. I really thought he was a good person. And when we first met, we would go riding and sit around and watch TV and stuff. He never once would try to, touch me or anything. That's why I trusted him, because he never tried anything. And he got mad with me and started coming to see me. And when I found out I was being gang stalked, I began to, things started coming back in my head that was happening. That when we would go out to dinner, we would always be sitting beside somebody that was talking about my private life. Or they thought they were talking about my private life. What was happening was someone was they were getting texts and they would read off what the text said. These are the police now. This is the people that's supposed to be serving the humanity by keeping order and keeping crime down. But they are the one causing crime. So what they do, they make up all kind of stuff about you. Some of it can be true, and some of it is lies. But the way they talk, like they may have some type of video of one thing I never done is do a video. I never wanted anyone to take my pictures of me, which even though a guy did, not because I wanted him to. I was in his. That was during the time before I got into the church and I was dating this cop. And he just came in the bathroom on me and started taking my pictures, which I should have tore it up, but I didn't. I didn't tear it up. But I never did a sexual video. That's one thing I would never do. But see, these people, when they get you under mind control, and you not know that you're under mind control, they really can make you do things that you wouldn't normally do. So I was having these really filthy, I mean super filthy dreams. They were just disgusting. And I couldn't figure out why I'm having these dreams. And I realized this is not me. This is not me. And I realized they had me under mind control. So I took some aluminum foil and wrapped it like maybe 16 times and it made me a hat. And that's how I slept. And that's how I walk around the house with it on my head. Even though my children and my grandchildren did pick at me, but I didn't care. Because it stopped those dreams and it stopped that stuff that they were doing to me. It stopped the control they had over me. And so now they still doing stuff to me because they got this stuff under this house right here. I've been trying to find somebody who will go up under this house to see. It's something mechanical because it moves. It know where I am. If I move, it'll find me. It's like I can hear it and I can feel it like a rumble. It's like a rumble. And they got this whole entire under this house, whatever this is, that comes up through the floor where there's no vents. I can cut the whole unit off and it'll still come up through the floor. And I don't know what this. Well, it got to be some type of frequency or energy. It's hot. Whatever it is, it's hot. And there's this guy named Calvin Christian. He talks about remote neural monitoring, which I still don't 100% understand. But he was talking about some guy that lived near him. They raped him with this remote neural monitoring, where it's like Avatar. How the people go in this thing that look kind of like a casket. They go in like a sleep state, and they will go into the Avatar, and then he will become an Avatar. That's how this remote neural monitoring works. But they rape people. If they can get your frequency or whatever it is that's in your body that they can connect to, they can rape you. So this energy comes in and goes into my vagina and goes into my rectum. And it's hot. It feels like heat. And that's what's causing me to gain all this weight. I got my face all puffed up, my stomach all big and swollen, my behind too. Because it's like a heat. And it do it all night long. Yesterday, I could feel it going in me all day yesterday, but slightly. Because it's connected under this house. They fixed this house up before we moved in it. Before we moved in it, they had fixed it because they didn't let us just move in it. It was about a half a month before we was able to move into this house. But the house we moved from, they had this lady to run over the fence in the back of the house, and then the man rebuilt it as a weapon. Like we was in a Fort Knox or something. And then he had lights on the top of it, but he took the electrical part and connected to the underground system, which had the energy coming up through our whole entire yard, from that fence all the way to the street, which was coming up in the floor of our house. Then he was shooting at us something that goes through the windows, and then it goes through the walls. And I showed proof of it because I put aluminum foil on the windows, and he shot right through the aluminum foil. They've been attacking my head. I mean, just going outside they attack. I don't have to go outside. If I just open the door, they know I'm going because they got something in my eyes, so they know where I am. They know what I'm looking at. They know my conversation. They know everything because these people put this stuff inside of me. They hijack my brain, and this stuff is telling you. The books telling you what they do. All these books right here tell you what our government. This is our government who brought German scientists over here back in the 40s. Hitler scientists. This is what our government been doing to the citizens of the United States of America since the 1940s. I did a video where I named up all the different operations like MK Ultra Mind Control, you got Operation Paperclip, you got all these different operations. There's a lot of them. That is our government programs against the people. So now they talk about how they hack humans. They put your name on a blackball list that you can't get off. You can't get off if the citizens of the United States of America begin to speak out against it, come against some of these government programs, these politicians. Come against these politicians that's doing this crooked stuff because it's our presidents. Bush, Obama, Clinton. I don't know too much about Trump. I know Biden. These people are the part of this evil, this wickedness. But I don't know if Trump is in on it with them or he got his own agenda. But to talk about my sister, she told me years ago, before I started, having the sounds in my head, because I have them now. I have different sounds because they got different technology in me, and they fight me real hard because I really don't know why they fight me so hard. Because they do stuff to me that I don't really hear a lot of other people talk about. I've heard some people talk about, but a lot of people they just talk about the people stalking them. They don't just stalk me. They was stalking me, but see, I don't go nowhere. So now they just torture me. They tortured my sister Velma, but they got her to the point where she can't do nothing for us. She's like an invalid. She can do nothing. She can't dress herself. She can't feed herself. She can't wash herself. She can't even walk. She can do nothing. These people is doing this. This is her house. They got this stuff up under her house. Now they got it up under my house too. But they're attacking us in her house. The other house was her house. When I was home at my house, they was attacking me there. Whenever I would go home, I would get attacked. But I'm mostly with her because I take care of her. And I mean, they really this military weapons, and we be surrounded by 100% surrounded in front of us, on the side of us, and in the back of us. So if I go outside right now, someone will be shooting at me, or they have this stuff on their cars, some type of lights that releases this direct energy. And if you go out there, they can actually shoot at you with their cars. I have seen some of the the black trucks pulsate something out from their light. Wait a minute, baby. Wait a minute. So, if people don't start speaking out against what our government is doing, it's not going to stop, and it's going to spread. And it could be you, it could be your mama, your daddy, your children, your grandchildren. It's not going to get no better because people sit right, not caring what happened to their family. Right now, I'm talking to family because a lot of us, people that's being targeted, say their family turned against them, turned their back on them, and don't care that what's been done to us. Now, if you look at me, you can tell that something is going on with me. My face is all puffed up. My belly, I look like I'm some months pregnant. I've gained a lot of weight, and I've never, not ever, had a stomach on me. But this stuff they puts in me, and then they messing up my spine because they using my spine as an antenna to get to my brain. And then they got this stuff going up in my neck that it burns my neck, and it's causing my skin to just drop and get loose in my neck. My skin was so dry to it looked like fish scales. And so I had to start wearing long socks. I don't have them on right now, but I had to start putting my body butter on and put the socks on top of it so my skin can keep the moisture in it, because this stuff come in from under the floor and it's catching it like it clings to you. It's a heat, but it's something. It's I don't understand how it can do that. It'll cling to you. The heat clings to your feet. It clings to your body, and it just burns. And they got stuff up under the ground that the PWC put something under the ground, and then they put something under the ground down at the end of this street. I got everything I'm talking about. I have videos to prove what I'm saying, which I've been putting it on videos on YouTube and on Facebook. But it seems like nobody cares. So, I don't understand when people die. You wait till people die, then you want to act like you love them. I don't want nobody loving me when I'm dead, because I don't know nothing about what you're doing, because I'm dead. And family, I don't understand family. And you can just turn your back on people. This one guy, his name was what's the Daniel Williams, his own daddy, his own, and he dead now. They attack him until they attack you until you dead. My sister is so weak and sick right now and small where they dehydrating her. This dog here, hold on. And one thing I know, a lot of people opening up their third eye. A lot of people is a part of this game stalking because you get the text. And I know I've seen some of my family get the texts. Um, these people do a lot of slander. They tell a lot of lies. They actually can put stuff in our head to make it look like we actually doing what they say we're doing. But this technology. Um, they give us thoughts. They take our thoughts. They're putting us in a supercomputer. This is what they're really doing. And sometimes I feel like they're making copies of us. This is all about making money. Um, these people just greedy for money and power and things of the world till they don't care nothing about humanity. They don't care about the pain that they cause you. They don't care that they totally 100% destroying your life. This is what they do. And they'll make cause problems so you will have financial problems, where you will have health problems, where you will have home problems. I mean, people are losing their home, people losing their job because these people are going on your job and slander you to your boss and to the people that you work for. And then these people will start gang stalking you on your job. They will go to your church. They've done me like they gone to my church. Every church I go to, they go to. And slander your name, tell all kind of stuff. Um, I know one thing they were saying about me is that I don't believe in tithing. So they don't care so much about my humanity that they want to, the church, this is the church, I'm talking about the church. For one thing, who said I don't believe in tithing? I never mentioned that to nobody, that I don't believe in tithing. If I'm tithing, then how is it I don't believe in it? I don't believe that you curse with a curse if you don't tithe because that's not us. God told that to the Old Testament, that he was talking to the priests who will rob God. He was talking to a priest because the priests rob God. And just you got preachers now robbing God. Um so they would say that I don't believe in tithing and go to the church and just say stuff about me and then the whole church get involved in it because these people are demonic. They supposed to be preachers, but they pure demonic. Uh, they work witchcraft, and I'm telling you what I know because they did it to me. This preacher, he's supposed to be a reverend and a lawyer. He called me up to the altar and had me to speak in tongues. And I thought he was speaking in tongues, but he was speaking in some other language, and he did something to me. I had one girl to come to the house and give me a gift, and that was a witch sent that to me. They some stuff in the church. That's why I don't go to no church. I read my Bible. I study at home. I look at certain people on the internet. Um, I don't deal with organized church because these people is into other stuff. The cops are into stuff that there's a lot of demonic stuff. The church, the Bible say that man love a wife's code and that they will start heathing to doctrines of devils, and that's exactly what's going on. And you people that call yourself Christians and y'all sitting around here with y'all third eye open and think you're going to make it to heaven, But you'll see. You'll see. Because you're eating from that tree of knowledge of good and evil. God give us gifts. We don't have to manipulate our pineal gland and see into the spirit realm through your soul. Because that's how you did, and what you're doing is inviting the kundalini into your body, which is serpents, two serpent spirits that intertwine up your spine and they meet right here. This is how you see the thing that you see. It ain't you that's seeing it. It's not you with the power. It's the demons. Kundalini are demons. And a lot of people got those demons. And those demons got them fooled. They think that they got the power, but they don't have the power. Those demons got the power. And you got people with the Jezebel spirit. You got people with the Leviathan spirit. You got people with the Python spirit. There's a lot of serpent spirits. Then you have other spirits. But whoever is wicked enough to gain stock someone, you have no heart, no conscience, none. And you're gonna answer. You will answer. And I do know a lot of people are part of this gang stalking. These people riding around with the one headlight on. You got people that's doing all sorts of stuff. They riding around with these handheld. They got a name for them things that they hit you with. They can actually shoot you with those things, and then use a cell phone because there's some type of link you can go to where they can use the frequency and hit you with their cell phone from the towers. There's a lot of stuff going on that people want to call you paranoid schizophrenic. See, I know some of my family is a part of it. I know. And I know who they are. But, they don't care that these people's killing us. They don't care that my sister, that Bama, and, people try to act like they love you so much. They don't care nothing about you because they did. They will at least show some type of concern about your health. At least call and check on you. At least do something. Instead of just let the government just kill us. Because I don't care what kind of life we live, but I don't care what my sister doing or what I doing. They don't give us no death sentence. My sister, she can be mean as the mean as a rattlesnake, but she don't deserve to be treated the way she's being treated. But they just taking everything from her whole life. She was a working woman, and someone felt that she wasn't worth life. And it was somebody that she knew, somebody that I know. I might not know him personally, but I knew him. For them to put my name on a blackball list and blackball me, for them to totally destroy my life by people I have no idea. You got these young people that young enough to be my children or my grandchildren. They're trying to force me not to come outside. But I can't even just go outside in the yard and just walk around. I can't even go out in the yard and rake the yard. I can't even go out the yard and plant my garden. I go out there anyway, not in the yard, but I go on the deck. And they shoots at me on the deck. If I get a package from the mail carrier and they put it at the door just to open the door and bend down and pick up the package, there's somebody attacking me. And you can't see nobody. That's how they got this stuff where it's by remote control. I'm telling you the God honest truth. And then when war come to America, y'all gonna wish that y'all did something. Because then you gonna know how we feel. you're going to know how we feel. The mercy that you don't show us, you get no mercy. The kindness that you don't show us, you get no kindness. The way you turn your back on your family, you won't get it either. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of people, it's really, I'm talking not just in the United States. This is all over the world where these people are being tortured. You got people in Paris, Africa, Australia. You got people Canada, everywhere that's being tortured and life being destroyed by other people. That's what all this here 19 thing is all about. Shut down everything. All of this is a plan. Everything that's being done is all connected to bring in the one world order, because that's what's happening. And then those of you who is part of this gang stalking, you're not going to have the heart not to take the mark of the beast. Because when you hurt someone and destroy somebody's life, you're going to be so hard and cold in your heart that you're going to take that mark of the beast. Then you're going to be doomed to hell. Because what they're doing is transhumanizing people. But you're not human no more. You're something that Satan created. You're not who God created you, but you're something that Satan created. They want to take everything about God out of us and kill that God gene that's up in our brain that lights up. And y'all keep looking, overlooking my videos when I'm trying to tell y'all what's going on. Because I'm telling you, I'm living it. So that's why I can tell you what's going on, because I'm living it. Right now, I hear a sizzling in my head. I get about 3 or 4 different sounds in my head. My sister used to say she could hear wind in her head, and it wasn't wind that she was getting. She was getting the sound of the technology. So right now, I'm getting the sound. It sound like it's what's that sound I'm trying to say, like a sizzling sound. Today there's another sound I was getting. I hadn't heard. Today was the first time I heard that sound, and then I get something that sounds like a bullhorn type of sound. But those two sounds, what I heard today and what I normally hear, a loud, very loud sound that give me a headache because of this technology that's in my head. Check and see his baby at the door. Back there. I put some chicken right there and her toast is right there. She ain't ate, she wouldn't eat. This sound and stuff what they giving me a headache. It gives me a headache, but I'm just trying to, it frustrates me that people don't pay attention to what's important, because this is life right here. What I'm talking about, me posting a picture, that's just nothing. But the information that I'm giving, that's something, because this is what we're living. They, on the wall in this house is full of this energy, because they controlling it through the smart meters and through the wall sockets. And then this stuff coming up under the floor. We're under this technology all the time. It never stops. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. Let's see.